In this video, you will be introduced to Azure Site Recovery, a powerful solution for disaster recovery and business continuity. Throughout this video series, we will take a detailed look at the key components of site recovery and guide you step by step through its configuration, ensuring you gain a clear understanding of how to implement and manage this essential service effectively. What is Azure Site Recovery? Site recovery helps ensures business continuity by keeping business apps and workload running during outages. Site recovery replicates workloads running on a physical and virtual machines from primary site to a secondary location. When an outage occurs at your primary site, you fail over to a secondary location and access app from there. After the primary location is running again, you can fail it back to it. Introduction to Azure Site Recovery. Azure Site Recovery is a disaster recovery solution that replicates workloads to Azure or a secondary on-premises site, provides business continuity by enabling failover and failback. Now, let's talk about the key features of Azure Site Recovery. Azure Site Recovery provides automated replication and failover, supports for multiple environments like Azure VMs, Hyper-V, VMware, and physical servers. It integrates with the Azure backup and security. It's also provide a test failover without impacting a production. How Azure Site Recovery works. So we need to set up a replication for your application and data. It's continuous monitoring of a replication, failover in case of disaster, and failback to the primary location once it's restored. Now let's talk about the benefits of Azure Site Recovery. It's minimized downtime and data loss, automated disaster recovery management, scalability and flexibility. It's also cost-effective disaster recovery, compliance and security. It's continuous monitoring and reporting. The use cases of disaster recovery or Azure Site Recovery. So Azure Site Recovery or disaster recovery for business critical applications, migration to Azure with a minimal downtime, and testing the disaster recovery plan. Now let's talk about the setup overview. Prepare your environment. The next step is enable replication for your workloads. The next step is configure recovery plans, and then we can test and monitor the replication. Let's talk about Azure Site Recovery pricing. That is important, right? So it comes with the pay-as-you-go pricing model. The pricing based on the number of protected instance and cost-effective compared to the traditional DR solution. Why we need to choose Azure Site Recovery? Azure Site Recovery is reliable, scalable, and easy to use DR solution. Seamlessly integrates with other Azure services. It has a proven track record in ensuring business continuity. What does Site Recovery provide? It's provide many things. I can say many things, yeah. Simple BCDR solution. So using Site Recovery, you can set up and manage replication, failover, failback from a single location in an Azure portal. It's provide Azure VM replication. You can set up disaster recovery of Azure VMs from a primary region to a secondary region or from Azure Public MEC to Azure region or from one Azure MEC to another Azure Public MEC connected to the same Azure region. VMware VM replication. You can replicate VMware VMs to Azure using the improved Azure Site Recovery Replication application that offers better security and resilience than the configuration server. On-premises VM replication. You can replicate on-premises VMs and physical servers to Azure. Replication to Azure elements that cost and complexity of maintaining a secondary data center. Workload replication. Replicate any workload running on a supported Azure VMs, on-premises Hyper-V, and VMware's VMs, and Windows or Linux physical server. RTO and RPO targets. Keep recovery time objective and recovery point objective within the organizational limits. Site recovery provides continuous replication for Azure VMs and VMware VMs, and replication frequency as low as 30 seconds for Hyper-V. You can reduce RTO further by integrating with Azure Traffic Manager. It's keep apps consistent or failover. You can replicate using recovery points with application consistent snapshots. These snapshots capture disk data, all data in a memory, and all transaction in process. Testing without disruption. Yeah, you can easily run disaster recovery drills without affecting ongoing replication. Flexible failovers. You can run planned failovers for expected outages with zero data loss or unplanned failovers with a minimal data loss. Depending on replication frequency, for unexpected disasters, you can easily fail back to your primary site when it's available again. Customized recovery plans. Using recovery plans, you can customize and sequence the failover and recovery of multi-tier application running on a multiple VMs. You group machines together in a recovery plan and optionally add scripts and manual actions. Recovery plan can be integrated with Azure Automation runbooks. Azure Automation integration. A rich Azure Automation library provides production-ready application-specific scripts that can be downloaded and integrated with the site recovery. Network integration. Site recovery integrates with the Azure for application network management. For example, the reserve IP addresses, configurable load balancer, and Azure Traffic Manager for efficient network switchovers. Let's talk about the architectural components. The components involved in disaster recovery for Azure VMs, the VM in a source region, one of more Azure VMs. Source VM storage. Azure VMs can be managed or have non-managed disks paired across the storage accounts. Source VM networks. VM can be located in one or more subnet in the virtual network in the source region. Cache storage account. You need a cache storage account in the source network. During replication, VM changes are stored in the cache storage account before being sent to target storage. Target resources. Target resources are used during replication and when a failover occurs. Site recovery can set up target resource by default, or you can create or customize them. Now let's talk about the target resources. The target resources can be a target subscription, so it should be the same as the resource subscription. The target resource group. The resource group in which VMs belongs after failover. The target VNet. The virtual network in which replicated VMs are located after failover. A network mapping is created between source and target virtual network and vice versa. The target storage account. If VM doesn't use a managed disk, this is the storage account to which data is replicated. Replica managed disk. If the VM use a managed disk, this is the managed disk to which data is replicated. The target availability sets. The availability set in which replicating VMs are located after failover. And the target availability zone. If the target region supports availability zone, site recovery assigns the same zone number as the used in the source region. So that's it for now. This is the introduction lecture where we don't have much practical or live scenarios, but I'm ensuring you that in the next lecture, we are going to share the live scenarios and we are going to configure the Azure Site Recovery for our Azure VMs step by step. So stay tuned and keep watching. Please comment and like, subscribe for this channel. Thank you.